Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the opportunity. This time, I will present my research about the urban drainage development with the title of Application of Clean Project Management Method in Urban Drainage Development with the case study X area Bekasi City. My name is Suhenra Maulana, and I'm work with the second author, is Fransisca Dini Ariyanti. We are from Professional Engineer Program, Faculty of Engineering, Binus University, Jakarta, Indonesia. And this is for the introduction. In the construction of the drainage system in Bekasi City in 2019, there has been 2 times contract addendum relating to additional implementation costs. This research is needed to relate to the implementation of urban drainage system construction in the X area of Bekasi City with the lean project management approach. This is the mitigation in the construction of other drainage system, so that the implementation of construction can be in accordance with the design planning. This is for the literature review of urban drainage system. Urban drainage system is the drainage that has the function to control or drain excess surface water in residential areas from local rain, so that it can provide benefits for the human activities. A good drainage is a concept that considers environmental and social factors in making decisions about drainage system. This is for the construction project implementation. Is based on the Minister of Public Works Regulation number 45 of 2007. This is for the lean project management concept. Lean is continuous improvement effort to eliminate waste, increase product value add, and provide value to the customer. There are 5 basic principles of lean concept. And then this is for the waste. Waste can be defined as any work activity that doesn't provide added value in the process of transforming input into output along the value streams. There is 9 ways based on the Gaspers. The first is occupational health, safety, and environment. The second is defect. The third is overproduction. The fourth is waiting. 5 is not utilizing employees' knowledge, skill, and abilities. 6 is transportation. 7 is inventory. 8 is motion. And 9 is excess processing. The methodology research approach is research use descriptive methods with the qualitative approach. The data collection technique with the interview techniques and literature study technique with the questionnaire. The questionnaire used consists of open-end questions that give to the respondent the freedom to give answer according to their own perception. The respondents can be divided into 3 groups. There are Technical Directorate of PPWJM unit, supervising consultant, and a contractor. The criteria for the respondents: the people who have sufficient knowledge and experience related to the implementation of sanitation infrastructure, especially drainage sector, and directly involved in the construction implementation. This is for the analysis method. The first is activity mapping, risk identification, risk priority number mapping analysis, managing variation analysis, and the critical chain project management scheduling. This is the result of analysis. The identification of construction project activities, the location in Jatibening Subdistrict Pondok Gede District Bekasi City, with the scope of work, construction of channel waste box culvert, construction of retention pond, the construction of modular tank, and the mechanical and electrical installation. With the time of work, the implementation of activities for 161 calendar days, starting from July 24 until the end of December in 2019. Output: the drainage can handle flood of 20.47 hectares, but for the implementation in 2019, it can only reduce the problem of flooding of 11.38 hectares in X area. This is for the work critical structure. This is the 10 activities. The first is preparatory work. The second is demolition work. The third is drainage and flood gate work. The fourth is drainage control box work. 5 is carried drainage work. 6 is carried drainage control box work. 7 retaining wall lift work. 8 genset and mechanical electrical work. 9 modular retention pond work. And 10 is road repair work. This is for the waste identification and analysis. This is the problem statement is health, safety, and environment. defect, waiting, and unneeded process. With the evaluation metric for the waste analysis, the evaluation metric is to find out which solution to choose based on the several criteria by weighting the respondent involved in implementing the project based on the questionnaire. From the weighting value, we get the score of each solution that it can be decided which solution is go or not go. And this is the result. The result is the problem about lack of application of HSA in the field, the material that arrived late, lack of coordination and socialization to local residents, the tool is not used effectively, the poor field supervision, and less skilled worker. And then, for the risk matrix analysis, with the failure mode and effect analysis method, the assessment for each indicator is defined based on the assessment of or probability, impact, and difficult of detection based on the result of interview and questionnaire of related parties. The result of risk matrix can be seen below. With the first is a lack of application on HSA in the field, so we must to increase commitment to HSA implementation according to HSA planning in construction project. The second is lack of coordination or socialization to local residents. So we must conduct intensive communication to the resident before the implementation, during the implementation, and after the construction. The third is the tool is not used effectively, so we must do maintenance of tools regularly. The fourth is less skilled worker, so we must do analyzing the needs of workers in accordance with the needs of the work. This is for the project cost estimation. There has been change in the estimation price of 8.9% compared to the planning cost or initial contract. This is caused by change in schedule of human resources in the time of construction, so that the estimation cost of the project for the construction of urban drainage in area Bekasi city is greater than the estimate initial project cost. This is for the scheduling estimate. Based on the estimating of scheduling in the S-curve, we can see the difference in achievement of the construction work between the S-curve of the initial contract and the S-curve for the final addendum. For the reason, it is necessary to allocate buffer feeds before foundation work with the aim that the variation of the work interfere with critical activities. This is the table for the project buffer. And from the calculation of work buffering time, it functions to protect work activities from the impact of waste and risks that have been identified previously, so that can be complete on time, and there will be no multitasking. The CCPM method will eliminate hidden safety and move it into the form of a buffer behind the project and focus on the final completion of the project. And this is for the cost saving based on the CCPM scheduling and risk reduction. Based on the result of the analysis, the modular retention pond work, which has the highest cost saving, is more than 2 billion rupiahs, and the work of pricing on the retaining wall for the lowest cost saving is about 4 million rupiahs, so that the total saving with the TCPM method in the work of the urban drainage in X area Bekasi city is more than 2 billion rupiahs. For the conclusion, based on the result of the analysis and calculation of the land project management method for the construction of urban drainage system in X area Bekasi city in 2019, there are ways on implementation of the construction. It can happen because there are lack of application of HSA in the field, material that arrive late, lack of coordination and socialization to the local residents, the tool is not used effectively, full field supervision and the labor is less skilled. It must be reduced so the same risk doesn't occur when carrying out other work or the next project. Then there has been a change in estimated price of 8.9% greater than the planning cost or initial contract. This will certainly affect a change in schedule and human resources used during the construction. Based on the estimation for the scheduling using the CCPM method, the acceleration of work result, namely for preparatory work, there is no project buffer. We can reduce project buffer all of working details up to 118 days. If the project buffer is not used at all, then we will get cost saving in the construction of urban drainage in X area Bekasi city is more than 2 billion rupiahs. This is for the reference. Thank you very much. This is for my presentation. Stay healthy.